I understand there is a security flaw in Skype that's been there for a while, and the company's known about it, and yet they haven't fixed it. Tell us how we know this.
So there are a group of researchers in France and New York that detected this flaw way back in 2010. Now, the standard protocol, if you find a security flaw, is to tell the company first. You don't want to just go out and make that flaw public and let all the hackers in the world know about it. So they let them know back in November of 2010.
And that was the people from the Polytechnic Institute of New York University. They did the research on this.
And also ANRI in France.
Okay.
And so they let them know in November of 2010. And then a full year after, they saw that the flaw was still not fixed. And then they released the study publicly and showed how they were able to track actually 10,000 random Skype users.
10,000 random Skype users, and that was random. And now apparently this is about 37% of Microsoft's user base, or 663 million community uses Skype. So that's potentially about, as I calculated, about 250,000 people at risk here.
Oh no, the 37% refers to the amount of people who use Skype for business purposes.
Okay. So that's still a lot of people using it for business purposes at risk from this security flaw. And according to your story, it's still not had fixed the problem last week.
No, they haven't fixed it. As of today, they have not fixed it.
Okay.
I checked with the researchers again today.
Okay. So what problems could there be? So you can be tracked. What else can happen?
Well, on one hand, your actual discussions are not being captured. No one's found a way to break into the actual discussions and kind of listen on to what you're doing. But if you're able
if you're whispering sweet nothings in your girlfriend's ear, that's not going to be. It's safe. That's okay. So that's okay. What else?
But if you wanted to target an entire company, for example, they were able to track 10,000 people and check up on their location, every hour. So if you wanted to find out like the strategy of a firm, or you wanted to find out where some kind of VIP was going, and has he left from China to to Belize, or something like that. If you wanted to find out who they're doing business with, or where they are they not where they're saying they are, that's all possible with the hack that these guys found.
Now there's also a risk of malware and pulling information off banking cookies. Explain that. That's in your story too.
Well, malware is always a risk in general. In the case of Skype, because it's kind of a consumer application, that is sometimes brought into the office setting. Sometimes people don't patch it quickly enough. They'll put out new versions, but people will ignore that. So there's, whenever you're bringing consumer technologies into the workplace without kind of filling in with the IT people, there's always the risk that you're going to, bring in some kind of security flaw. Okay, so what is Skype saying about this? What the people, I guess it's owned by Microsoft now, so what are they saying? They're not saying very much. They say they're investigating this new tool, but the question is, it's not really that new to them. I mean, they've known about it for quite a while. The question is, why they haven't been able to find a fix. But the suggestion might be that it's so deeply embedded inside of the software itself that it wouldn't be an easy thing for them to just go and fix. And it's on hundreds of millions of computers, so making a fundamental change could present its own risks.